Okay, welcome everyone. Let's go start lesson 2. Today's lesson will go through LO2. As you know me, my name is Sata. Please, if you have any question, drop me email. I'm here at UK and I'll try my best, get back to you as soon as possible. So today's lesson, last lesson, we discussed about aims and objective of the research, how we can set. And to the lesson, we look further and we will go through learning outcome 2. I'll share with you in a minute. Resources, and we'll go through the project. Okay, so our topic is about the research project. And today lesson is will go through LO2 learning outcome 2. Okay, welcome. Okay, so today lesson will look LO2, which is develop a research project, including supporting literature review. That's the key, how we can support the literature review. Okay, so in in our in our sorry. Okay, so we need to look around the develop the project. Okay, so we need to look around developing indicative content. Yes, developing a research proposal and the methodologies and valid proposal as the foundation of the research project, which we'll go through. The purpose of the research project, literature review. Literature review is important because we need to conduct the literature review. And in literature review, try to be up to date resources. That's really we need to do. Okay. Our LO2, according to the Excel, yes, set the theme of the level 5 unit research project, which is the business recovery in the long term. And the business need to prepare the face unexpected, many failed, and the recovery of the businesses. Really, we need to be COVID-19. And after COVID-19, what sort of the hurdles we have for the businesses in terms of the demand and supply, and how these can resolve, these issues due to, and that's the research to meet the challenges posed by unexpected event and disaster the business around. The world is need to be react in a gale, and this is the way which we can look around, involve the identify the capabilities and the needs of the strength and the refractor and reopen and the rebudget, and resupply by creating a long-term plan. So planning is very important in, so we can, because we're looking the literature need to be more up to date, literature need to be relevant, literature need to be authentic when we do the literature. So that is very crucial when we do the things. So we have a literature that's, meet the research objective. So when we do the research, really is a matter of, doing the literature, and that's, which we need to be, the literature is relevant to our research objective. So that's which we look around and we collect the data, and data need to be appropriated. If the data is not relevant, we can't really do the project appropriate. Okay? So that's really we need to look around. Uh, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so today lesson is more about just the literature, and we'll go through the literature, relevant literature, and I'll show you some projects that's help to it's opportunity, the business recovery. That's the scenario this year we've been given by ADEX. Okay, choosing the research objectives, the range of the topic discussed, could cover the following: testing the business continuity of the crisis, yes, integrated the response recovery initiative and look around the example of the disaster and recovery, developing a business recovery, building a resilient, develop the recovery strategy, important of shifting. So that's the really we need to. And the key terminology, literature. Literature review is a piece of, the academic writing, demonstrating the knowledge, understanding about any particular topic. If I want the topic is service quality, customer satisfaction, and loyalty, I need the information literature about customer satisfaction, service quality, and customer loyalty. If I'm doing related to marketing, or can be any topic that will help to boost, the marketing or the planning, or these can be boost the COVID-19 after that business recovery. So we can find the COVID-19, how many people lost the business jobs and due to the lockdown, and what a sort of recovery we have. Conducting the literature, you establish your similarities with understanding the current research in the particular field before carrying out new investigation. After doing the literature review, you should know the research already been done and be able to identify what's being unknown within the topic. Okay, then we've been given the video. Please, in your time, make sure you watch it. Yes. What is the literature review and why is it important? Okay, to comprehensive, the appropriate ways to construct your literature review, understand the connection between the literature review and the research. So, research objective, I want to develop understanding about the service quality, customer satisfaction. I want to develop the understanding about COVID-19 impact on businesses and their profit. So I have to do the research about COVID-19, business closures, previous year sales, and during COVID-19, what's happened the sales, and after COVID-19, what plan we have for a recovery. Yeah. So that's we can find some facts and figures, government statistics, those we can embed it. So our objective to develop understanding to conduct the literature review about that topic, and the literature should be relevant. It's quite helpful. That's why we say data knowledge and data information knowledge and management is very important. Data is a raw facts and figures. Information is a library for business, and when you have information, you have knowledge. So your research projects seek to be provide, examination and solution to the real issue to avoid the becoming insular or making mistakes, break new ground, which we need to be select the theoretical areas that we need to. Okay, developing critical and conceptual skills. How can the theory literature help you? It can be simplify complex issues. It can offer the explanation for the outcome. It can identify really cautions we need to be, and it can be justified for the action adopting. So key area of the literature can be theoretical, contextualized, technical, and word facts and figures is better to be. When we look at the literature, it can be from journal, it can be books, it can be conference paper, literature can come from, so which we can and try to be rating those journals. So scope of the research, uh, literature, wide literature, narrow literature, but look around the objective. If you just want to develop understanding, then it's fine, the basic narrow. But if you want to be solve the problem, you need to understand first, identify the problem, then you need to solve it, because the customer retention, customer sales, customer switch from. So it's no the during COVID-19 the trend now is changed to shopping online more than our that's we have. So we need to be think about the literature around those. Except the literature, don't forget the library loans and inter we can in the books here in the UK. We can borrow if you're studying in one university, you can use the resources of other university, which is we have a Sconal card, and that can be used. Time factor ability, understand the literature, integration of the literature, search, analytical framework, and later must be supported by located so develop the critical reflex, be sure currency of the literature, different variability of the literature, who wrote it. If you're using Wikipedia in Westopedia, but always ask, who said it? What are the objective? Why I'm looking this? Develop a critical flex, which we can, what is missing or might be reasonable in the misrepresent the contextualized specific issues is over the perspective or under socialized and unjustified unbeat conceptualization, which we need to abstraction the resources is abstract term. We always good to be when you're reading any journal article, read the abstract of the journal, introduction, then conclusion of the journal that give you overall. A person or the machine at the time are theoretical based in analysis, internet elements of the organization can be conceptualization. Of course, concept of building block at the master level, some of which, measures the quality, the productivity, leadership strategies, motivation depends related to your topic, which we can look around when we go through and will make the proposal. Okay, literature review undertaken the construct or justify, defend your analytical. It must be not be limited to the source frame what can be supported and explained. And remember, analytical framework does not have to be schematic, does not have to be picture or the complex diagram. It can list the analytical heading and link between what are explained. So we can look around COVID-19, background of COVID-19, before COVID-19 business, after COVID-19, shifting from the traditional sales to online sales and the growth of the IT, and that's the business recovery plan in the long run, moving towards our strategy. So preparing the conceptual model. The conceptual model is the diagram, connected variable, and construct the theory, logic, and display and visual. Yeah, that is which we can look around the research. The variable and construct, often represent as the geometric shape with allow, the may point to dependent variable. Independent and dependent variable, like ice cream sale, they depend on the weather. So weather is the independent and sale is depend on the weather. So that's which normally we use the word. The conceptual model are the relationships shown, possible problems, implied monocausalities, unidirectional relationship between. That's we need to be look around the literature what we have. High quality of conceptual framework demonstrate the conceptual ability, integrate the part of M level, different level of study. We have a quality assurance benchmark standards again, the research. It's provide lenses, analysis, and enable you to focus on the research objective. Whatever you do the research, what are the objective? Why you doing it? Always ask the question. High quality conceptual is provide the structural chapter 4 of the research proposal, which will go to chapter 1 is the introduction, chapter 2 is literature, chapter 3 methodology, chapter 4 is data analysis and draw the finding of your research project based on the literature. So read the relevant literature, study the concept and the model. If you're doing about business, so you have the business news, you have the business uh, strategy. If you're looking particular company in impact of COVID-19, after COVID-19, what their recovery plan they have. So we can find the literature about that. Yes, marketing, HR, or various other IT integration, IT growth, user of IT, social media. These are all the relevant literature. Framework analysis, which we can. Integrated framework, your objective will be probably require the use of the number of relevant model, one area of the literature, risk. If we look the risk management, so you have to find what is the management, types of risk, financial risk, operational risk. What is meant by risk? Risk is mean probability. What are the businesses? Risk is the government policy, is the budget, new taxes being in imposed, especially in various countries such as Pakistan, and the risk management. What management strategy? Management is mean designing an environment to achieve the pre-selected objective. If you don't design the environment, you can't. Organization cultures mean the norms, value, organization structure, clear role, represent responsibility, represent the culture of the organization. Okay. Objective, when we do objective, literature review, objective 2, literature review, objective 3, literature review. As many objective you have, objective 4, it can be finding recommendation. Yeah? And objective 3, you can draw the methodologies like such as you want primary research, secondary research, quantitative, qualitative. Numbers are objective, direct the literature, and be aware too many objective or few objective that all will define, and make the scope of the literature review objective and the literature review. If the literature review is too wide, many models appear relevant, can be leads to dysfunctional, unwidely. So use the most popular model. Like if you're looking the needs of the people, we can look around the Maslow hierarchy of need, basic needs, social need, group needs. Yeah. So if the basic need not fulfilled, it can't be fulfill other needs. So that is very crucial. Literature review. Remember, the massive literature review will result the massive chapter requiring effort and collect and collate, analyze, and present the data. Yes, I can't find the suitable model sometimes, but the seldom the case. Remember your objective and the research contextualize, unique, and if the research is off the shelf, it's review you will be to find, and usually you need to be make sure existing model or develop your own, usually only the part of the literature. That's we need to. Okay, so literature need to be up to date, literature need to be relevant, literature need to be authentic. Don't use the Wikipedia, encyclopedia, or essay.com, and better to be used the literature which is based on up to date, relevant, and authentic. Otherwise, we can't really, make the decision about the things. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so we look around the topic. In the next lesson, we link to our methodologies introduction, aims and objective. Today, we discussed about literature, mean all the material relevant, the model and theory, and then we look around, in next lesson, we'll go through research methodologies, research onion model, and then we'll do the four is the data analysis and conclusion and recommendation. Right? That's all normally we do the research. Okay, so thank you, and I will speak you next week then. Sorry, next lesson tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.